Hey, welcome to Card Games and Chill, and this is mostly and chill. This might be like broken up in post, but Alex and I, it's Vicky, are kind of just hanging out, and he's building decks, which he hasn't been able to do for a while because house stuff. Also, if
Yeah,
you're watching,
moving.
oh sorry,
I was just saying, moving and not having my bulk and stuff.
yeah, but congrats to him on having a house. But
Yeah,
yeah, if you're watching this and it's just like, hey, where's the ban list video if you're actually a fan of ours? It's called Jack and I Were Away at Adepticon last weekend, and you'll get it when you get it.
maybe we could record. Damn. No, we can't record the in-person round table.
I mean, we could. We'd just have to mic it carefully.
Yeah, well, we'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out. Maybe we're doing a case break in person, so maybe you'll see videos of that. We don't know yet. But we'll figure it out. But anyway, right now, we're here to help Alex build decks, theory craft, and we could go over other kinds of stuff. So you
And
see
maybe play some
his
games.
screen. Yeah, so maybe we'll play some games too, and we'll yeah, put those up on here. So look forward to that.
Just realized more of the singles I needed, I think, are downstairs in my office.
You fool.
But we'll figure. I know what cards they are. But the first thing, should we do like this brand new construction, or should we do something that we both know?
Up to you.
Let's do something we both know because it's really
Well,
just.
what do you want to build the most, sir?
So what I have with me is I have. Oh, that's not even the right box.
Did you make me break that?
No. Deck box. Deck box. No. There are cards. I have a very big bulk container that I actually need some BT1 cards from. So the things that I'm crafting today, finally crafting Excel.
Or I feel like you could like, isn't that your Leomon deck? So can't you just like
Well, no.
tailor
This
towards
is pure
Leo?
Excel. This is pure
You're
Excel.
doing pure Excel.
Yeah, I'm keeping regular like Leo on Tribal and Excel as separate decks.
Oh, okay, so it's sort of like how Cece's gonna build Chronicle, but I saw the Chronicle pieces and I'm like, heh, Alphamon.
Finishing Heavy Metal Dramon.
Bad Dragon, don't look that up.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't know what it is. And at this point, I'm afraid to ask.
You should be.
Hooray!
Ironically, you should be. And Beelzemon.
Beelzemon. I also have Beelzemon.
Of course, it's
The thing with Beelzemon
two.
is that now there's kind of like more ways to build it. Like I've seen like on some other channels, it's just like let's completely high roll and just have 5 level 5s, and I'm just like, nah, dog chief. Because my way is the real way to gamble is you play as many cards of if you mill do X. Because
First thing
I'm not a coward.
First thing I need to do is I need to find some stuff for the bad dragons.
Bad dragons. I will add this while I'm blabbing on about Beelzemon builds. If you don't run 4 EX2 rather Beelzemon, it's just like, what are you doing with your life?
You say that's the person who's old.
You want those Impmons out. That's how I like to run the deck, but I know it's probably
I agree,
optimal.
but I also cut it. I agree with you, but I also cut them all for space.
How?
Not all of them. I don't actually know how many I have. I haven't played
We'll
this
have
deck
to actually commit some time and do Mirror Mondays where somebody in our team plays against somebody else on our team, but they're playing the same deck. Because we have a couple of dupes. A couple of us run Red Hybrid, a couple of us run Beelzemon.
A couple of us run Beelzemon, a couple of us run Armors.
Imperial.
Virus Imperial.
A couple of us have Centralmon puppets.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones. I think you and Jack both have War Greymon.
Yeah.
It's just certain decks are just popular. It's like the Digimon is popular or the idea is popular. So yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to my new red guys.
New Red guys. Yeah, Alex wants to play the Medusamon Progress Owen Dreadnought deck,
That
which
stuff looks like so fun.
it is very cool. But
Red,
I have
red
enough decks,
really
so I'm
needed.
probably not gonna build it myself. But I just think the designs for Medusamon and Lamiamon are just chef's kiss.
Red really needed progress.
Yeah, I feel like they tested the waters for Progress a bit with Gallant X, so it's kind of that effect, like, but a little different. Do you know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
Gallant X's like immunity isn't on attacking; it's if you have like if your opponent has the memory gauge, basically. Which in Gallantmon is kind of similar because most of the time you want to be attacking as the turn switches. Which is why, in my personal opinion, you use EX or not EX, uh, BT9 X antibody over Protoform, even though Protoform is like, ooh, I recur things, ooh, I lower the evolution cost by 1, and I'm just like, yeah, but the other one synergizes with what the deck does better.
Oh dear.
But I'm not. Oh dear, what?
I am missing like 6 card sleeves.
Oh my god, that's worse than when I tried to make what deck? Oh, I was making Ghosts and I was counting up my cards to shuffle the play of the game, and then it's just like, and I only have 49 cards somehow, and then I had to run and get sleeves. That is actually up on the channel, but you can't hear much of it because I bungled the sound again.
I don't know where those cards would be though.
Cursed as heck. The only thing I'm thinking of is maybe they're like stapley cards. Like, I don't know if you put like a ruin mode in a different deck or a death X or.
I mean, I did, but it wasn't. But like, I don't even know.
This is why I don't have decks that like share sleeves, and I just leave the sleeves like empty if I have to borrow. And I don't like
I don't.
borrowing.
You know
I either
what?
take it as a challenge or buy more copies of the card if it's reasonably priced. I think one card I'll
Um,
do that with is my one of Medieval Gallant. At least until I get the
do it
Rise of
too.
Digimon in January. Because when it went back up, I did order it. Because I was just like, I like a lot of these cards. This mat is slamming, so I will get it.
Oh, for the new one coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, it
When did
has, I think, Medieval Gallant, Magna X. The only kind of outdated card is Blitz Omni. CC would fight somebody to the death, but X7 isn't used much. GX
It's
is an
not.
okay tech. I'm trying to think of like some of the other cards. I love Hexablow. I play him as my boss monster in Ice Snow. I'm trying to think of who else is in there.
So yeah,
Oh,
I was
Bloomlord. I love
running.
Bloomlord. I've thought about alt-arting that deck, and it's just like, no, that deck is puntastically evergreen, and
Yeah.
the stuff in it never quite got cheap enough for me to like max rare it, and then I'm just like, max raring is a pain. I'm not gonna do it, and I think I might have stated this opinion before in a video, but I think there's something special about any alt arts you have in the deck being trades or gifts or what you actually pulled.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
All right, let's
like not all
actually
of us
see
are our
how many
friend
cards.
Alan who can max rare Melga. Jesus Christ.
4,
But yeah, this is
7,
your
8,
current
12.
Beelzemon build, right?
Yeah, but I think I think this is only 49 cards. I have the sleeve. I just took. I think I must have taken out like a training or something.
Yeah, well, just leave it blank and we'll go from there, I suppose. I
So
think
I'm
is the
counting how
correct way
many
to
it
look
is.
at
So
it.
12 rookies. I have 12 rookies. I have 10 champions. So
I
that's
just have the
2.
straight 8. Like it doesn't work out all the time, but I
I
just have
haven't
weird wizard
updated this
X.
deck in like a year and a half.
Yeah,
I have 6 level
I tweaked it here and
5.
there, and I have an updated version, but I got a deck test.
So then I have 5 ultimates, which puts us at 28. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 level 6s, so 35.
7 level 6s.
2 level 7s, so 37.
Mm-hmm.
4 Death Slingers, 41.
You sling the death.
4 Rivals Barrage, 45. 1 7-fold Cluster.
Yeah, might as well
3 Iron
point
Mako,
out, so
49.
Alex can't see it, but the recording screen, I did it to the battle view just so I could show off what my current build is of Beelzemon, and like I said, I am not 100% sure if I'm going to stick with it, because I didn't change much, and I felt like I probably should have, like, because the version of the deck that I did, basically, like, earlier I was saying, like, don't listen to me because I'm not an expert, because I only got like I think it was like 128 with Beelzemon back in its heyday before they hit Mon X, and that's my highest placement in any big tournament ever. So don't listen to me. Don't listen to me as a sage voice of wisdom.
I have so much for me to do.
Yeah, and we have one member of our team who has placed within the top 10 of a big tournament.
I've placed within top 128 a few times.
Yeah, I have to, like, commit to a deck and stick with it. A lot of times I just flub my deck choice at the end, or I don't practice enough.
Did with Melga, BT10 Armor Rush, and or Greymon right before BT14 came out.
Was that the one with the... Was that the Ultimate Cup with the limited format, or no?
No, that was a regional.
Oh, nice.
That was regional in 2023.
Yeah, but I just haven't been, like, feeling it competitive lately, so I think I just have to focus on a deck, and then, like, get her done, I think is the, just... It's politically incorrect, but it's,
I don't know how I would tweak this deck.
Yeah, people watching this back, ignore me fixing the camera, because for some reason it didn't save my settings, thanks.
Oh god, the camera's gone. Oh no, it's not fucky, it's just that I'm covering everything.
I still think your setup is still a little whack.
I haven't gotten to update it.
Yeah, I have this nice arm, and Alex is just kind of, I have the camera and I have the floor, and I'm just like,
I am sitting on a table now.
You're sitting on a table now? Okay.
It's the same type of setup.
It's like pilot controls.
I don't know if I want to put an EX6 Beelzemon in here.
I was reluctant to use I'll show you mine as I'm now building it out.
It's only because
camera correctly.
If I don't run it, I see like zero reason to put any copies of the new Iron Mako in it.
Yeah, I think I might have put one. Like I said, I have to pull.
But I don't know what I would cut, and I want Bonds of True Love. I just don't know what I would True Love.
Yeah, I think I wanted to put Bonds of True Love, and then I put 0 in the fucking deck.
I had Bonds of True Love.
What?
Divorce!
No.
Listen, no.
I mean, I guess I cut 2 Witchmon, right?
That's what I did, but, like, again, there are multiple ways to build it. Like, you can really make the argument of just build your first stack or 2 in the back and don't worry about being in front, and then you want to play stuff like Bonds of True Love or Scramble or both.
Well...
Bonds of True Scramble.
Well, I would need a BLs. I would need... I would need an EX6.
I had 2 of this boy. Oh, I had 2 of this boy.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's okay. None of us have any idea what we're doing, and that's perfectly fine.
Do you? I don't even know if I use the new Impmon for BT19.
I think I as I just said, I'm like, how many of this guy do I have? And the answer was 2.
I just don't know what I would cut for him.
Yeah, it's just
no,
that, like,
that's not true.
that's
That's
not
not true.
that's not true.
That's not true. I would cut. I'll cut the BT2 Impmons. So I'm only running 1.
I think I did something similar with mine, if I remember correctly. And we'll see in a moment as I, again, struggle to sort out these cards.
I mean, I think there's definitely a spot for BT19 Impmon in this.
Yeah, like, it's very nice because, like, you don't have to worry nearly as much about milling your eye and Makos. Because milling your eye and Makos are super painful, turbo painful,
think
extremely
that there
painful.
is room for the new Iron Mako, just so that you have some way of not getting completely memory choked.
It's also very nice for decks that, like, if you try to swing into the Impmon and then do all your, like, you run into trouble with stuff like Hexablaumon. Stuff that, like, makes it so, like, you can't swing if blank. And stuff similar to that. Which is...
Yeah.
a thing. Yeah, I'm currently running 2. Yeah, my current setup for level 3s, for the starter deck Impmon, because he's very important, and his inheritable is kind of more poignant than ever. Impmon X antibody for him, because he recurs pieces and lets you trash on swing. Again, 2 of this Impmon, so you have retail, and so you get the tamers from the trash, because if I have 1 or fewer tamers, so I have 1 for each tamer that he can play out. 1 of this boy, because Bandai has betrayed us again and not taking anything off the restriction list. And one of this boy, because I don't have an option in my hand to trash. What?
They did take some stuff off before.
Yeah, I was just like, why didn't you this time? I was so disappointed. Then, like I said, this deck, my build hasn't changed a lot since 2.5 came out, and it makes me feel like I did something wrong. Wizard... My split is just the kind of bread and butter traditional 4 promo wizards, 4 wizard X.
Is it even worth running the ace?
I'd say yes, because you prevent yourself from decking out. I run 1 of the ace and then one of the starter. Yeah, it's also on deletion, and it's one of the only things, like, this was a previous annoyance for the Beelzemon deck. I hated playing Mother D Reaper because it had no levels. So if you have 10 or more cards in the trash, Beelzemon Blast Ace says just delete a Digimon, so it doesn't get restricted by level, so you could get rid of, let's say, Reaper when it comes to swing at your face. Like, get that shit out of here. But you can also use it to ring the top 10 cards of your deck, so I think it's a good inclusion as a one-of, and also you could get the jump on your opponents if they somehow...
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab an EX6 Beelzemon.
Sure. In the meantime, for the people watching at home, I'll continue basically doing a deck profile of what I currently have for Beelzemon. For the ST14 Balmon, because he's just exactly what you want to do. Also, like, it gives you the on-Digivolve for 1 turn. Like, you can argue the BT10 one, because you just always have it if you have the 10, and I'm just like... It has no inheritable, and I'm just like, But I built another deck around him because I felt bad, along with the EX6 Beelzemon, because I'm just like, Rush into Digivolve is good, but its 7th grade Demon Lord's effect is completely dead. Like, I've been thinking of maybe teching an EX6 Beelzemon in here, but it's just literally not in these cards right now. 2 Battle X, because, it's inheritable, another of this inheritable, another mill if you miss this, so it's more of the same. But it's also kind of just removing that. But sometimes it's just draw.
Oh my god, I miscounted my cards.
I'd like to draw. Hooray! Welcome to the Cannot Count Club. And then, as I said...
Are any 111 rookies?
Hmm?
No, actually, you finish, and then I will ask my question.
Yeah, sure. Of course, like, I'm running 4 of this guy because I'm not a coward. The reason why I say that is because he has an on-mill play in Impmon, which is very... I don't want to say underrated, but it definitely helps you come back, especially when you mill a lot of cards. But also, I think this is still the best version of Beelzemon despite his low DP, and, like, he's probably, outdated. But the thing is, with getting moving with Beelzemon, an important thing is that this is the only Beelzemon that continues to mill. Like, if you have a bad stack, like, let's say you have this Itmon, and then you have Wizard, and then you have Ball X or something. Like, you have maybe... You don't have... In that case, you would have no inheritables that mill after you mill your 4 from EX6 or the other one. Rip to BT2 Sec Beelzemon. Your suffering is noted. But this one, it always mills 2. It's not once per turn. Not that that matters much. Though I guess you could text something like you got that going for you, but because it's not once per turn, you get it on the Digivolve and on the attack. So you get the 4 as long as you swing. But it also has removal, which is somewhat poignant, especially early game when it's killing the little guys. Beelzemon X because it helps you charge off swing for game, and if you think for sure you're gonna die, it's also a nice thing so you could play one of your Intmons again. 2 of the starter deck, 1 I think I currently have.
That's what I'm at.
Because you kind of want him to finish the game because he pushes damage. Also, his All-Turns effect, he's more fair Mirage in that he could give you turn back if they mill you, I guess, or if you have something like Beelstar from the starter deck that when they swing, you mill, and then, oops. But it's mostly, Trash Top for, Sec +1. And it pushes, and then you Digivolve into this, and typically you try to do this basically for the equivalent of a BT5 Omnimon Blitz for game. Even though, like, a certain somebody is like, no, you'll never have enough cards to do that in a purple deck, and I'm just like, you shut your mouth. Don't slander my boy. In terms of tamers, I'm actually just running 3 the old Iron Mako. I wanted to run the new one, but I couldn't figure out what to cut, so that's why I want a deck test. 4 Death Slinger, because if you don't run 4 Death Slinger, what are you doing with your life if you're playing Beelzemon? The idea is to rig them on the top of the deck. Also, why Iron Mako is so important. It searches, and it gives you that extra tiny bit of memory to push when you shouldn't. And then 4 Rivals, because it's important to get back pieces you need. And also removal. Removal's still important. Oops, has the gimbal been on the screen the whole time? Whoops. Whoops! Whoops! And then I still have 2 wisdom trainings because sometimes you have to dig a teeny bit deeper and you need, again, more memory to cheat. I really thought about running Scrambler Bonds, but again, I ran out of room. And I'm only running 1/7 full cluster because removal, but also its trash effect when you Digivolve into Beelzemon X can definitely help you finish a game by deleting something. But it's just kind of a specific scenario and you just want it in trash and you don't. I've seen like 2 or 3 run, but it's just like, it's your, like, it helps if your opponent goes wide, but it's just like, no, it don't work.
Okay.
So that's my current build. Things I'm thinking of changing, like, maybe like change this Impmon back to maybe like go down to one of these and just go for tech on the bottom and have the OG Impmon where if you die you mill 3.
Alright, I think I've figured something out. Although I totally forgot about fitting trainings in here.
There's not a lot of room. There's a thing about decks like Beelzemon and like Gallantmon, Wargreymon, decks that are of popular Digimon and thus they get a lot of support eventually, is that it builds up. That once you have so many cards, it's like, okay, if you want to play this way, you're kind of locked into playing this way. But like, let's say you like drop the best Beelzemon, in my opinion, to just push for damage and push for board control by having a bunch of EX6 ones and going off of the Itmon, and then having the Iron Mako so you could have the rush on that and swing for game out of that. That's a legitimately new playstyle. It's just like, this is neat, this is beautiful, but I prefer this.
So let me show you what I just...
And even back in the heyday, Beelzemon wasn't quite a solved deck, and I know that...
I feel like it's not now.
It's definitely not now, but, like, some people say this level 4 lineup is locked. Like, not necessarily. Like, if you really want, you could go extremely old school and just only focus on the warping Impmons into Beelzemon, or you could run a purple hybrid engine, because it's really hard to loot purple hybrids, so if you have purple hybrids and you want to invest, that is another legitimate way to go with Beelzemon.
On that note, this is what I've come up with so far, and I already need to probably change some stuff for trainings. So I got 4 of the starter.
Again, I was thinking, okay, it's like, okay, I'll drop trainings for scrambles, and it's just like, that's not quite what you need, because again, this deck, like I have some stuff that like I probably should have to draw cards, search, go deep. This deck only has one searcher because yeah, that was too fast, and apparently it's still too fast. So again, you just only have this, and you have this, and then you have to rely on mill and make your trash the search. So that's why I play mine like this.
Yeah, so then I'll do 2 BT9 Impmon for now. I'll do 1 of the EX2, 1 of the BT2, and then 4 of... I could see myself, Vicky, I might end up running 11 rookies and cutting one of these X's for, like, a training. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
Then 4 of the Wizardmon.
I'm actually going to switch back to full for your screen because we went over my build, but I'll just leave it here and if we want to compare later.
4 of the Wizard X. I haven't played with this at all, so I have no idea. Then 4 Balmon from the starter, and then 2 of the BT10. Well,
like, you gotta be playing a really wacky build not to run 4 Balmon.
Then I'm sticking with 3 of the EX2 Beelzemon.
Yeah, I thought about cutting him down to 3, and I'm like, no, I can't, for the sake of my soul.
2 of the starter deck 1 of the Rush, which I couldn't even find a bulk one, so I have to use the alt.
I don't know, swag on him.
I
love the alt, though. I wish I pulled a copy, but I'm okay.
I got very lucky. I got very lucky that I opened it.
Yeah, my 2 pulls from my box that I pulled when we were at Too Many Games were Ophanimon Ace alt art, which probably hasn't aged that well, but I like it in my Kentarosmon deck, because I used Valkyrie Ace, and it literally lost me a game once, because I couldn't put it back in security with TK, and I've been real salty ever since. And, Lucemon X. Or not Lucemon X, Lucemon Fall Down, Chaos Mode Fall Down, whatever. The level 5 pretty boy. And I play that deck, so, yay.
I guess I'm doing 2 of the X anybody right now. I don't. Just all too good.
Maybe no, I was gonna say maybe I could run yellow scrambles in Lucemon, and then I'm like, no, you can't play any of your rookies because they're all fucking Lucemon.
And I'll do one of each of the blast mode for now.
Yeah. That was kind of my prognosis, is that, like, I got a deck test.
3 of the old Imako.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try 2 of the new one,
Yeah.
which is why I'm running 2 Bonds of True Love.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
think
Bonds
I
of
don't
True
think
Love is kind of, like, more specific. Like, almost like a more specific scramble for the deck. And also, like, it has synergy with the mill. But it's, like,
yeah.
only play the
And it's
Antmon, but...
also it's the only reason I even want to bother trying the EX6 Beelzemon, just because it has.
A lot of people really like the EX6 Beelzemon. Just simply mill 4 have rush is just very nice. Another thing again that I don't run EX6 Beelzemon at all in this deck is because since it's not 7 Great Demon Lords, you Digivolve and then he's a dead card. Like, he is just a vanilla. He is a good
Yeah, that's
target
why
for
he's
your
a
level
1-up.
7s.
That's why he's a 1-up for me.
Yeah. But like I said, I
And
see the
then
merits of focusing on, like, with the new Ion Mako and with the Itmon, just Digivolve hard play the Itmon, or play the Itmon from trash, or play the Itmon from Bonds of True Love, do the la 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 warp, and then swing with the Rush Beelzemon. Like, that's a legitimate strategy. Or,
and
like,
then I'm
playing
just
it
gonna
off the
do
Balmon
3-3.
delete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just doing 3-3-1 for the options of Deathslinger, Rivals Barrage, and Cluster.
3-3-1.
So 3 Deathslinger, 3 Barrage, 1 Cluster.
Yeah. Part of the reason why I was thinking maybe, like, cutting down this one or cutting down this one is that Rivals makes it somewhat easy to... Well, no, this still has use, because Rivals digs a Digimon... Oh, no, it digs a Digimon or a Tamer.
Tamer.
Yeah, so I might leave this at 4, tuck this down to that, and put the BT2 on, because sometimes you just want that booby trap on the board. It's like, okay, delete him. I fucking dare you.
Yeah.
Strike me down and I will become stronger than I ever was before.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna try with Beelzemon.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Are there any other legitimate ways you could build Beelzemon? Like, I understand people, like,
Without
in this
getting weird.
meta... Huh?
Not without getting weird.
Mm, I will say this, that there might be something to, like, being okay with playing a more in the back deck for a while and playing a lot of Bonds of True Love and Missed Memory Boost and Wisdom Training. Like, almost like a Lilith Loop style deck where you pop off in one turn. Basically, like, get all the way to, like, 20 cards in trash and then do go up your line on your turn, and then, like, guarantee that it'll stay on your turn with trainings and such and Miss Memory Boosts, and then Digivolve into this guy, get rid of all your opponent's security, and then swing for game is, again, another legitimate strategy. I mentioned the purple hybrid stuff. A lot of people will play a ruin mode, and I'm just like, yeah, ruin mode can win you games, but it's not synergistic for the deck. And I'm a Blast Boy girly, so I will always run Blast mode over ruin mode in a Beelzemon deck. I just feel like yes, it's very good at stalling, especially if you're playing the EX6 Beelzemon. You could Digivolve that on top. Like, that's also a good strategy. Just kind of warp your level 3s into your level 6s, and then immediately just become ruin mode and say, what the fuck are you gonna do about it, bitch? But I think another thing in favor of using the EX6 Beelzemon in that strategy of just, like, okay, warp into the Beelzemon and then go into an appropriate level 7. I'm pretty sure he's purple and black, and there's a lot of...
Yeah, he is.
There's a lot of strong, like cards that are... never mind. I was thinking, no, of Shadow Seraphiates, but that's the 6, so... But there are a lot of good level 7 purple and black options.
So nasty.
Like, like you might be able to use some of like the Chaosmon stuff, or I'm thinking of other
Mhm.
level 7s. I can you be funny and run Satan Mode or a Gudamon in a Beelzemon deck? I'm just gonna look that up real quick, so sorry for showing this on my screen instead. So Uppy. Purple. And then level 7.
Man, this might be looking at hips.
And then don't show parallel and altar because that's a lot. It loading. As I've established, if you've seen it in the previous videos, War is always hilarious. Because then you swing at the Beelzemon back, play the Balmon, do that shit again. I can and will try to make that deck work just because it's so funny. Ordine is trash for this. Zord Defeat is kind of trash for this. Gravemon Burst Mode isn't that good for this. Darkness Bogger, yeah, also bad. I mean, unless you want to run Bogger for your 4s and 5s, which is a crackhead build.
Mhm.
Apocalypse actually isn't a terrible idea. And just Digivolve for the hard 6. Place the 1 level 6. Yeah, from your trash. Activate the on play so you could activate the EX6 one. And then trash the top card, 2 cards of your opponent's, yeah, deck for each of this Digimon's level 6. So if you Digivolve on top of a Beelzemon and then Beelzemon X stack, like, that could help you mill. And you can only run 1 of, so it's a tech you can use. It is a thing. I'm just noticing that there is a lot of, there's a lot of purple level 7s that are just very tailored for decks. Like, here's a Bagra, Rave, both of the Fenrir Lugamon, Takamikazuchis. I want to say, like, a lot of these ish area too. What does Satan Mode do again? I love this deck, but, like, I don't concentrate on it. So you don't have the larva who gives a fuck. Although opponent's Digimon and Tamers is nice, I have to like remember to use larva. I took some larva out of my deck, but end of all turns, just the fact that it's end of all turns is just nice. I couldn't remember if it was a demon lord, so you could search it, but it's a demon god. But it is something level 7 if you want to do a funny level 7. Blast Mode Ace is of course good as we mentioned earlier. With the Millennium Mon ones, like it's kind of not, but again, like just the all turns effect on Moon is nice. And it's Tamer hate. Which is, there's something to be said for Tamer hate, especially with hybrid decks rolling around. Still.
Indeed. Like,
they hit hybrid decks hard in the ban list, but I don't think that'll kill any of them. Zeed, the only reason I say Zeed worth considering just on its overclock, Tekken the 3s or the 4s. And then, yeah, Zeed is Zeed. Zeed is strong.
Do you want to do a Beelzemon mirror match right now? That'd be fun.
Sure, yeah. And then, as I mentioned, Death X-Mon's Death X-Mon, you know what this... Or no, this is the new Death X, sorry. I mean, I guess you could play Dorgoramon in the middle. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's a funny card. It's funny. Old school Blast Mode is just hard to run and makes me sad. Ultimate Chaosmon. Because you can't really partition. Oh no, you can. You can, because you could DNA off the EX6 one for the first requirement, and then any of the other ones, or any of them for the purple requirement. Partition them out. Just partition out 2 EX6 Beelzemons. Let me speak this evil into the world.
We're gonna actually feed the puppies, then we'll play.
Yeah, okay, so you can feed the puppies, and I'll continue going over funny level 7s if you want to focus on warping with Beelzemon. This is hard to get off, but it's always funny. And then you could play the funny option card with it. Just delete yourself and then partition. Agudo is Agudo. You'd only get 2 cards off of it because you'd get Beelzemon, you get Beelzemon X. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything. So, well, a 7th grade Demon Lord's trait card, so you'd have, I'm sorry, I lied, you'd have 3. You'd have 7th full cluster. I mean, you could tech the other Demon Lords in for the funnies, but Gudomon should just be 7th grade Demon Lords. I think Aegis only shows up when I search up purple in level 7 because some of the Deep Savers are purple, like Marine Devi. Do I think that makes worth running this? Not really, because you'd have to... Okay, the same thing with Ultimate Chaos. You could DNA with the EX6 one, and then one of the other ones.
I just realized it's a damn slide.
Yeah, you wouldn't get this, you wouldn't get the DNA, but you'd have to DNA because it doesn't Digivolve up purple.
Well, I mean with paper towels.
But since it's DS, it'd have, opponent's effects. Like, the Aegis is a good card. Which is silly. Beelzemon probably because it's another one of the level 7s from the, these. An advantage Beelzemon has over those ones is he's a wizard, so you can search him off Eye and Mako.
Yep, it's fine.
But you ain't get this DNA. D-Digivolve 3 and then minus 6k. Again, you can't get it because it's black and purple is the first 2, unlike the other 2. But that's okay because you're not playing NSO, guys. But when other Digimon are deleted, trash your top security card. It could be another way to go with trashing security cards and then using Rush with the strategy with Beelzemon X. Proxima is just run Gamamon or go home. I wouldn't be surprised to see another Proximus sometime soon because of the new Gamamon cards in BT21. That and the this one doesn't have DNA, and it's kind of one that should. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a Proxima Ace in the future, but that's not what we're talking about. It's just you lose, you get nothing. If you play Proximamon as your purple level 7 in a funny Beelzemon deck. But that's about all I got on that with weird deck building with Beelzemon. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Alex, are the puppers fed? Oh, and just, ruin mode, drone mode.
You can also just stop the recording and...
I could pause the recording. Anything else you'd want to say on funny hee-hoo-ha-ha ways of running Beelzemon that we're not doing?
I mean, there's always something that can be added.
Yeah, like, I have a Beelstar build that focuses on, like, the rush stuff. And, like, you could do that with the starter deck Beelstar and such. But... Insert shrug here. But there are cards to be said for that.
GG.
Like, there's a legitimate reason to run, like, with tech cards, like, I'd say, like, yeah, Missed Memory Boost, Missed Memory Boost, Wisdom Training, other level 4s, like Witchmon, Doberman from EX2, because when he dies, he mills and then pulls back stuff that's somewhat hard to pull back, like Tamers. Less of a thing with, the, BT19 Hitmon. But it is what it is. You could be, I guess, funny in that you could... Well,
Dexter!
with Balmon X, there's really a case for running X antibody and just having the funny, okay, my Hitmon warps into Beelzemon on swing, and then Digivolve into Beelzemon X in the middle of the swing and do stuff like that with X antibody. Or, again, run Protoform. Like, just kind of run it like the OG BT9 days with, like, Agumon and Gabumon and just focus around the X antibody with having cool boys and stuff. I've seen Gallant X builds like that lately, and it's a legitimate strategy. So, you could try it with Beelzemon, but you wouldn't be able to get back your cool boys with the BT19 imp. Like, I guess you could run Analog Youths, because you're blowing yourself... You're probably dying. You're probably dying a lot.
Dexter, eat!
Just
because I refilled a separate water bowl doesn't mean drink out.
Oh, the glory of dogs. Oh, I guess if you wanted to be a weirdo, you could run Dog Engine Beelzemon. I don't know why you run Dog Engine Beelzemon, but you can run Dog Engine Beelzemon and regret your life choices.
This dog is gonna be the end of me.
Like, that would fall into the thing.
Huh?
Why is Dexter gonna be the end of you, Lissa?
Because he's... Oh, God. Because he's so stupid.
Baby man has one brain cell.
He has one brain cell, and it's always fighting for last place. 9 plus.
Bless him.
He keeps eating, and then just walking around looking for other things to eat. But his bowl is full of food. And he and Gigi can't eat together because he's kind of food aggressive. So we have to keep them separate when they eat. But Gigi likes to graze throughout the day, so she just... Dexter, eat. Normally he just freaking inhales his food, but since he knows that there's a dog in a different room with different food, it's making him lose his mind.
Yeah.
Because no dog around him can ever have food. That will not stand.
Yeah.
To this stupid little prince.
Can I set her free?
No! I'll tell you when!
Yeah, I think I might title this video, like, Beelzemon Theory Crafting, you got that dog in you. So if you're watching that and that's what I end up doing and leaving all this in, yay.
Beelzemon gets interrupted by dogs. Alright, you're good! Good boy, Dexter.
Alright, you're good.
Baby, let her go!
But yeah, there's, definitely something to be said in Beelzemon over taking an active approach like my deck does and kind of Alex's deck does, and kind of severely cutting your Digimon numbers to run option numbers to pop off. I've definitely seen a lot of builds where it's just like, have is least, like, five level 5s is, I feel bad enough running 6 and then running 8 level 4s, but, like, if you want a high roll, that is definitely a way to run it.
Oh, are you a silly girl? Is it silly Gigi time?
You have fun doing some solo discussion, Vicky?
Yeah, I guess one thing I didn't mention is other eggs you can run. Like, I feel like you should just run starter deck, yeah, but I mean there's something to be said for running Pagu or like one of the other guys that just mills not based on name, based on your how spicy of a build you feel like you're running that day. But honestly, in the current meta, running Beelzemon to try to place high is spicy because you're entirely relying on how much protagonist luck you have. Because Beelzemon is still just kind of that come from behind deck. You have to win on the turn. You would have lost the next turn or deck yourself out. I mean, if you're running like a Megazoo style warp into a Beelzemon deck, like there's something to be said for running the Demi Marimon from BT15. Or just running like Demi Marimon for the draw one, draw one, discard one on deletion for the filter.
I like my memory marker because I realized I left my dice downstairs. I don't feel like getting up again.
Yeah, I have my memory marker back with my main kit, so I'm
No, my memory marker is the fucking
Kirby.
battery. My memory marker is the fucking battery, Vicky.
We take those.
Downstairs? I forgot to bring that deck box up.
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
So you can roll for us both.
Give me a moment. I'm just gonna put on something to keep myself warm because I'm in Jack and I's workshop and I didn't bother to turn on the heat because I was hot from running around cleaning stuff. So, yeah. Let me just do that while you shuffle. And if you have any solo commentary.
This is what the inside of my head is like. Just no thoughts. Head empty. How do I exist? I'm hoping to play more of this game again once. It's been hard to be excited about Red for a while. But Medusamon looks really cool. Really, really, really cool. There's a lot of interesting stuff you can tech into it.
Yeah, we'll go over that when 21 comes out.
Yeah, I will do it. You can do an entire thing. There's so many. I've had so. There are just so many different cards you can run in it.
Yeah. Yeah, like you could run like some of the Greymon X stuff, the black stuff, because there actually is a Dragon Searcher in that. You can run some of the Tyrannomon stuff because they're reptiles. Some of them.
And also the EX8 Tyrannomon is also a Liberator.
Yeah, it's also Liberator, so you could search him. Stuff like that.
And it gives more of a DP boost.
Yeah. But again, that is for then. The only other thing I guess I'll say about Beelzemon before we get into some testing, so we'll play Beelzemon against each other in a mirror match, and then maybe, like, we'll alternate for a second. Like, this will probably be a long-ass video. We intended to do it as a stream, and then YouTube was like, nah, bro, check your privilege.
Quite literally.
Because we never tried to stream before, and I didn't know I couldn't just do that. This is how new I am at this, bless me. Pray for your girl with all of the things.
For real.
I'm not good at this, Chief. But I did test the sound works. If the balance is off, let us know in the comments. If I messed it up again, I'm sorry.
Alright, let's figure out if we mulligan. Haven't played this deck.
I'll be like the orange peach color die, and you'll be the black one.
Okay.
2. 6.
Yes. Dexter?
Okay, you go first, because the black one's a 4.
So what's the order?
You're first.
Okay. Do I mulligan this?
She doesn't like you like that.
I
No.
guess I can.
Like, I'll say this because we're kind of like doing like a theory crafting deck building video. Like, this is a hand you kind of want something to search or something to build in, and you want your Death Slingers in your deck.
Yeah.
So even though I have these nice 2 Impmon here, I'm not gonna keep this hand.
Based on the things you just said, I will keep this hand.
That makes me scared. But that's what I remember from the old days. Might not still be true. Like, if you're running a lot of options that mill and then give you benefit later, like, you'd probably want a lot of those in your starting hand. You definitely want a level 3. If you don't have an Impmon, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess you could hard play a Balmon and really ball it, but, like...
Only if you're going second.
I mean, you could if you're going first, but you are tempting fate in that case, and you really shouldn't. But I do remember instances where I've like tried to hard play a Balmon, and or in the early days before we had a lot of support, and that was painful.
Yeah.
Also, on terms of Beelzemon, I'm actually kind of hopeful for the future. We might do a video on this, we might not, but I floated the idea of just like, I feel like the limited sets, the reprints, tend to like forecast a bit of what decks will be getting support around the same time, because we tended to get like a lot of Dorimon Doru support like around when we were getting the 2 waves of support for Dorgoramon.
Makes sense, and the Death X reprint,
and the Death X reprint and such stuff like that, that we didn't get in not Japan. We're America, so there's that. But yeah, but the reason I'm hopeful for Beelzemon in those turns is because in Billion Bullets, one of like the alt art like chases, like I feel like, I'm not sure how the price on it'll be because Rapid X is still really good and Ukomon is a somewhat ubiquitous card. But the Beelzemon Blast Mode Ace has a really kick-ass art, and it's just like, okay, Beelzemon, that's an interesting choice because it was printed somewhat recently.
In that EX set.
But also, one of the cards actually in the card list of the Hollow reprints is Beelzemon X.
Oh, yeah. Well, he could be in that villain set for the EX set. Yeah,
that's also what I'm thinking. Like, he might be in the villain set, which I'm perfectly okay with. Oh my god, based on what I was saying, this is a worse hand, but you go.
Alrighty, I'll hatch a Yaman on Teen Impmon. And I will draw, and then I'll give you 3.
Also, you can play... You could play, like, funny crackhead strategies. I missed this one. You can play the, like I and Mako and, like, the Searchers, and you could run a bit of, like, red hybrid, because a Goonimon is a wizard.
Take a Wizardmon.
And, whatchamacallit, Burning Greymon is a dark dragon, so if you play the bad dragon Impmon, like, you get the DP bonus, but you also can Digivolve into Burning Grey cheaper, which is funny. And he still counts as an Impmon, but, like, again, that's... What are you doing? Why?
Alright. You got your 3.
Okay, I drew, and I was just like, I hatch a Yaman. I'm gonna Digivolve into Impmon. And then into Wizard X because my life is suffering.
Oh dear.
And then into Ball X because my life is suffering.
So I'm at
2.
I will draw.
Like in the terms of like, hey, when you're building Beelzemon, a definite important thing is to make sure you kind of have a little bit of everything in your inherits, just to make it likely to get that. Like this sucks in terms of like getting draws off Digivolve and having a taller stack. But it has two trash twos, one effect based off of the trash, and the DP bonus. So those are kind of the important inherits.
Okay, so I will promote my Impmon. I'll Digivolve him into a Wizardmon for 2. And I will draw. And then I will Digivolve him into a Ballmon and draw. Since I will suspend Iron Mako. I will reveal a Wizardmon. Put it on top of my deck, which gains me a memory. And then for Ballmon, when Digivolving, I trash the top 3. So Wizardmon, I gain a memory, so I go. Impmon from the starter deck, and Beelzemon.
So you could play an Impmon from your trash.
Yeah, the Impmon that I just trashed.
Yep. Because it'll technically
And
what
that
happens.
puts you to 1 memory.
Yep. Ripperoni. I draw.
Actually, Seer that I can use.
So I'm not in a good spot with the lack of memory. Don't have an Eye in Mako. Don't have this. Don't have that. But we go anyway.
I was gonna say, you got this. He's playing like a scrub.
Sweetie! Surprise, Jack! Oh my god! Are you home?
No.
Okay.
I'm at mom's.
You're at your mom's. Beelzemon for 3 to put you to 2. When Digivolving, I trashed out 2 cards of my deck. Wisdom, and then an Impmon. Oh, I was about to say, like, we got unlucky, but then we got, like, turbo lucky. 1, 2, 3. I'll put the Rivals Barrage on here, and then put the other 2 in my trash. Oh, I forgot one last tip for deck building Beelzemon and, like, keeping track of it. It's annoying sometimes for you to count up your trash. And so it says you can have, like, a somewhat assist tools for when you play. So what I like to do is when I trash things, I separate them into a pile of these are Impmons and Beelzemons I could play off on trash effects, and then everything else. But
he also has a little one of those incrementers.
Yep, the main thing I do is I actually have a ticker here to keep
That's
track
a good
of. Keep track. Like, you can use, like, a life total thing. I thought about using one of those. I couldn't find a good one. And then I was just like, I'll just use this. It has a very nice tactile feeling, and it's very readable. And it ticks up by 1. I don't have to, like, with Rivals Barrage, like, that's a net. Or when you get out of trash sometimes. It's not the most ideal solution, but it's the one I like. Like, maybe I'll get, like, a life counter one in the future, especially now that we have a 3D printer. Also things that are, not the point.
Alright, me
but
too.
anyway, I have 4 cards in trash. For some reason it was at 2, because it must have been rumbled around in my bag. Not quite.
Wait, who is that?
It's not quite, because I have it on Digivolve effect. I didn't finish it. And then delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lowers for every 10 cards in your trash. You add 1. So since I'm only at 4. Oops, I accidentally put a 5 in there. So let me just.
Yeah, Impmon gone.
Yeah, he was gone twice because I had the inheritable.
Oh. Alright. Now I draw and unsuspend, and I hatch. And I will Digivolve in the back.
Kind of what I meant by why I like the EX2 Beelzemon the best is because I'm in a position, as long as I don't get deleted, that I can keep swinging to remove and build up my trash. Because again, like, okay, you get maybe a security attack +1 off the starter deck one, and absolutely fuck all based on your stack if it's the EX6 one. So this is the Beelzemon you definitely want to see repeatedly early game, and this is the one you want to see late game.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm gonna digivolve into my own, and I will draw, and then I will use Iron Mako to
You don't
another
have to
wizard
reveal it. Wizard says reveal. Iron Mako doesn't, I don't think.
Well, it's about to get milled anyway.
Well, yeah. For the
First,
purposes of the
mill
audience.
And
Wait, when did you suddenly get a proper memory marker? Where did you go?
While you were explaining your Digivolution, I got up and remembered I had another acrylic that just wasn't one of my smaller Digimon ones because the battery was not working.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was. Yeah, I
You
have
guys aren't
Kirby,
recording,
and
are you?
then I have the Owl Taker, but I just decided to use Curb right now. Also plays into the cute aesthetic because look at his Jinbei-san. I won him in a crane
We have
game
5
with
things in
marbles.
trash, so I cannot I can't really delete anything because
Yeah,
you
the
only
kind
have
of
the little
important numbers you have to keep track of in a Beelzemon deck when you play is 10 and 20. 10 because that's when your Balmons die, you get to go into Beelzemon from the trash, and 20 because that's when that one when you warp, when you start getting effects off this, when you get rid of 2 off of Beelzemon X, like you shouldn't, if you only have 10 or less cards in trash, you should never digivolve a Beelzemon to Beelzemon X, personal opinion, unless you like are in dire need of the draw, or you think you're gonna die and you want that for next turn.
So, I'm gonna swing. I am at 13. I'm gonna do Wizardmons when attacking to reveal 7th full cluster. Put it on top of my deck.
Yeah.
When attacking Beelzemon, I trash the top. Well, yeah, I trash top 2 for Beelzemon. So, 7th in Wizard X, and then Yaman, I trash the top 2.
Yep.
Blast, I can't delete your guy still.
We take those as your opponent.
And Imp for EX2, so I get to trash
No! We both got him.
3 more. Rivals Barrage, Wizard X, Imako, Rivals Barrage. I'll put out. Let me count my cards in trash now.
Do you see why I said what I said before, though, that I separated out into things that I want to pull out of trash and normal trash, and then I have a marker, because so I don't have to do this, and also my opponent doesn't get annoyed with me with constantly counting.
So I have 11 cards in trash.
Oh, I forgot. The other reason 20 is important is because you need 20 to warp into Beelzemon with the starter deck in Mon. I knew 20 was important for another reason.
So I am swinging security 13k at 1 check.
That is a Balmon at 7. You're good, Chief.
Cost of 1, I will Digivolve Beelzemon into X. Draw, will trash your top security because I have multiple. Yeah, and Cluster.
Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. I made a mistake. Oh, well. Okay, so...
Cluster, I trash your top security, and then I cluster your guy.
Yeah. That's a Rivals, and I don't even get it because it wasn't milled. Rip.
Now I have exactly 10 cards in my trash. I'm at 0.
Another thing with Beelzemon is it's okay to die because then that's more cards in trash. But I am definitely behind, and I think Alex is gonna get me just because if you high roll, you high roll. If you don't, you struggle. 1, 2,
yeah, and I
3,
definitely
4,
high rolled this turn.
So that's why now I have 10.
I'll put you at 3, and I will play the new IMOC.
Okay. Another important thing about Rivals Barrage, I will say, is Rivals Barrage is important to keep the pieces. But my thing I usually end up doing with it is you can't pull a Beelzemon X from the trash, and you can't pull a,
With Rivals Barrage?
No, you can, is what I'm saying. With other stuff, I play a Beelzemon. It's not, off of Balmon.
You needed to pull out your Tamers or a Beelzemon X.
Or blast mode to finish the game.
Yeah.
If you have it in hand. Like, it's stuff like that you want to be pulling back, unless you don't have a piece to go up your line, which is why I play 4. You should probably play at least 3. I hatch a Yamon. I can't remember if I drew, but we'll get there when we get there. Whatever. I'm sure someone who's paying attention will look back and find mistakes, but I don't care. I'll Digivolve into the Itmon again. I will play a Wisdom Training for 2. Ian Mako and Wizard X. I'll take the Ian Mako.
Yeah.
Yeah, also a thing with what he did with evolving X antibody early, he loses that bit of mill.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I do. But it was worth
it to delete my Beelzemon off the board with call it.
With cluster.
Yeah.
GT.
I'm actually going to pass turn by playing that Ian Mako I pulled. Switch it to Ian Mako's effect. Top 4 cards in my deck, I get a Evil Wizard or Demon Lord. And then the rest go to the bottom of my deck in any order. I'm gonna check my trash real quick, because I think I'm gonna have to use my Rivals Barrage, because I'm missing shit.
I might have to as well.
And then check my hand. Which one do I take? I'm actually gonna take the blast mode.
Interesting.
Put the rest on the bottom. Because I kind of don't want it on the bottom of my deck. I kind of want it as an option. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Like, if I want to mill... Like, another thing about that Beelzemon, I don't think you should go down to 0, because it's basically Death Slinger on mill.
Yeah.
Death Slinger's actual effect, not the cool, I gain a memory, hee hoo hoo.
Alrighty, let's unsuspend my guys. Draw. I'll promote.
So he might just get me off of swings here because he killed my momentum, which is important thing to keep his Beelzemon, and it's kind of why raising in the back has become more of a thing. But it's kind of just I had a really bad start.
I had a better start. I'm gonna pop my barrage to pull out a Wizard X. I'm gonna Digivolve Impmon X into Wizardmon X for 2, and I will draw, and then I will suspend Imako, place a card on top of my deck, and gain a memory, and then for him I will trash 2. So first is Deathslinger, and second is Beelzemon, the starter deck one, which sucks. Let's see. I will swing at your security for 14 with Beelzemon X. I'll use Wizardmon to reveal Rivals Barrage, put it on top of my deck, and then Yaman, when attacking, I will trash the top 2, so Rivals Barrage can play. And then Bonds of True Love, which also goes into the battle area.
Yeah.
So that's just 1 check at 14.
Beelzemon.
Okay, I live. I could do more, I guess.
Here's the thing, I'm losing badly, but I feel like it's just based off luck and not based off my deck build, and I think that's an important thing when you're testing to realize.
Digivolve into Balmon for 3 to put you to 1. I'll draw, and then I'll trash the top deck. That sucks.
Yeah, you don't really want your blast modes in the trash because then you have to pull them out with Rival's Barrage.
Well, thankfully I have 2 of them.
Thankfully,
So that's your go.
he says as if he didn't rig the both of them.
I
also,
only...
an effective thing he's done is choke me to 1.
Yeah.
Draw for turn.
Unfortunately, my board is set up in a way where I don't need the Iron Mako, the new Iron Mako and the Bonds of True Love.
It would be if you were facing off against a different deck, but because it's the same deck and you know my line of play, it doesn't. So that's kind of important to know too. Like when you pull out
it's
base,
not good in a mirror. It's good. It's good against like something else, or if you were just able to kill my stack. But I also can't, like, kill you. Because I didn't swing last turn with my unsuspended Balmon.
Yeah. Yeah. I will do the oof, and I will use my Rival's Barrage to pull back Wizard X. And then I will Digivolve that Impmon into Wizard X.
Mm-hmm. Put me to 1.
To put you to 1, I'll draw for Digivolving. Off Ian Mako's effect, I'll...
Yep.
Return...
Gain a memory.
Yeah, gain a memory, and then put a card on top. And then Wizard X is on Digivolving because I don't have Wizard in the stack. I mill 2. Wow. So 2 here. I think another reason Matt was hit to 0 is not only because you could loop it with purple hybrids, but because it could grab options.
Yeah, that was a little too strong.
Like in this day and age, like a little too strong. And then I'm going to spend my wisdom training to Digivolve into Balmon.
For 1?
Yep. When Digivolving, I trash top 3 cards in my deck.
Barrage. No. Okay.
That is a very good mill for me. And then I have, if you could see it, I don't think you can, but I'm trying. That's a 15, so he gets the, I can play a Beelzemon from my trash effect.
He's deleted.
Yeah, it's something.
Oh. And you still got 1 memory.
I do still got 1 memory. What will I use it for? Well, I'll take advantage of it, and I'll use, Balmon to Balmon X for free. Basically, for the draw, I need more resources, God help me. But I don't have an X antibody to return to trash from hand. That's another benefit of this card. It's just I'm not using it for that. I'm using it for another trash top 3, another thing to add to my stack for mill. But a lot of times in the ye olden days, it was kind of important to have the DP adding. But it has Balmon in the stack, so I delete one of my opponent's level 4 lower Digimon. He doesn't have one. So, yeah. And it's not, Yume. Pick, mill 3 or do the delete. So I get nothing except the draw.
Oh, jeez.
But we take those. I contemplate life and death and how I want to pass the turn.
You could swing and try to get deleted.
I could swing and try to get deleted. I could play a card, I could Digivolve. Like, there's things I can do. And it is a thought, especially when I'm so behind like this.
Yeah.
But I think I actually am going to take your advice and swing. This will be 10k because he's a wizard and Balmon's effect does go off on him. So that's another thing you could consider with Ball
And then
X.
don't you have some trashing effects,
I
right?
do. I have Wizard X for trash too.
Mm-hmm. Which one gave you a memory?
Wizard.
Oh, I didn't see Wizard.
Yeah, Wizard and then ST Beelzemon.
Yeah, I saw that. And then don't you have it from the egg?
Yep, about to do that one. It's just I'm fumbling with. Do not roll away, you. Then. Oh, I get to play an Impmon. Yeah, I'm actually gonna play this Impmon.
The one that lets you return something?
Yeah, so that just clicks it up 1 due to quick maths. Yeah, so I trash a card in my hand. I'm going to trash a 7th full cluster.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just put that there. So that I can return something with 7 Great Demon Lords or 3 Musketeers. So I'll actually take back one of these Beelzemon because I kind of have 2 in there. And I'd like to have
Yeah,
an
you
option. So 10k, the swing.
Okay. That's Slinger. I delete one of my opponent's level 4 or lower for every 10.
What are you at in trash? I'm guessing
I
you're
have
delete
more
the
than...
Immon, though.
I have enough to delete Balmon if I wanted to.
Yes, it's just do you want to delete
No,
Balmon?
I don't want to. I delete the Impmon.
Okay. He dies, but I get it. I
don't want to let you be able to have to play out a Beelzemon.
Yeah, I can't play one.
I meant from trash.
Yeah. I can't play one, but I can at least do this. And hope for the best. I'm gonna Digivolve this Balmon X into that starter deck Beelzemon I just grabbed off that Impmon. You to tree.
Isn't it 2? Aren't you at 2?
I can't math. I can't math. Right? Because I was at 0. No, I was at 1 because I was at 0 when I Digivolved into Ball X and then Wizard got me the memory.
And then you hit a Death Slinger, didn't you?
No. I hit a Death Slinger when I swung into your security.
Yeah, I thought you hit a Death Slinger on your...
No, I hit the Wizard and I accounted for that.
Okay.
So the...
Oh, but wait, what about the memory gain from Imako?
No, I did that. Okay. The Wizard X Evo. And it was the first thing I did. Check the tape, I did it.
Okay, yeah, no, 3, you're right.
So I'm at 3, but I mill 4. I gain a memory.
That's not a great
2,
middle
3,
for you.
4?
You now have more in trash than I do.
I'm at 23, yeah.
I'm at 15.
So I get cool effects now, but Beelzemon's Alterns effect, for every 10 cards in my trash, I gain a memory. So it pops back to 0, continuing my turn.
That's not good for me.
That's
not good for me.
Not really, but I don't... I needed to grab back that Beelzemon, so I don't have,
This is bad for the Mets.
Can you bring me the Doritos?
You're figuring out what to do?
Yeah, I'm figuring out how I want to pass the turn. Yeah,
Give me as much memory
I'm
as
gonna play a
you can.
Death Slinger, give you 4, and delete your Beelzemon X.
Okay, sick. I have one effect to do.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just
I
like, if
play
I delete
one.
the Balmon, you get a Beelzemon, and I'm just like, no, I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah, I get to play an Impmon at least.
Actually, do I even have a Beelzemon X in trash if I want to grab it back? I don't. I just haven't seen him. This is why I run 2 of them. But I basically did that to help stall, like, 1 more turn.
Hold on. I'm going to play EX2 Impmon so I can get the search off. 1, 2,
Oh,
3.
you did your Bonzo True Love to do that?
No, I used Beelzemon X's deletion.
Oh, her.
I'm gonna take the obvious one. I'm gonna take the Beelzemon.
Okay.
And then bottom deck the 2 Balmons and the X antibody.
Mm-hmm. I do not run X-Anti. Oop.
And now unsuspend and draw. Patch. I'll Digivolve Yamon into an Impmon in the back.
Oh, I didn't mention, one thing I didn't mention is, like, hey, if you're running a lot of this Beelzemon as an egg, like, the on-deletion mill. Like, so if you're, like, you have another stack and he dies, and then you can activate his all turns effect. I don't know the order if you could get the all turns effect while he's being deleted, but
I don't know either.
Yeah, I have to know that for, like, my Ghostmon deck, but I'm gonna drop, what's his face for the new Ghostmon that reduces the Digivolution cost. Because
I'm gonna Digi-Imp into Imp-X just to get more draw.
Yeah.
Then, for cost of 4, I'm going to Digivolve Balmon into Starter Deck Beelzemon myself. And I will draw. And I will trash the top Imako. Wizardmon, gain a memory. Impmon. Impmon. Now, what memory would I... So now he has security attack +1, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I gain 2 memory.
Yeah.
So I will swing security 14k 2 checks. I have a couple of when attackings to do. I have to trash 6 cards. Bonds of True Love comes into play. That's 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 checks. Yes, 2 checks.
Timing. Delete your Beelzemon. And the Balmon was, like, the turn before that, so you, do not get that, sir.
Yep, no, I'm just thinking. That's fine. I just fucked myself by, doing all of that.
You fell for the the first trick in the book.
Oh wait, I'm up a memory.
No.
I didn't gain a memory off I and Mako.
Oh, okay, yeah, you didn't. Very well. Speaking of I and Mako, I guess it is gonna come into play.
It is. Because
Actually, yeah, you got this. Just because you have
I'm gonna
the Eye and Mako, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna suspend. I'm gonna do a funny though and make this even better, Vicky.
Oh, you're gonna de-digivolve my Beelzemon and then get more memory.
For 4, I'm gonna warp him into EX6 Beelzemon, and that's overflow 5, right?
Yeah, it's 2 less
So I
than
go to
whatever
6.
the level is.
Yeah, I go to 6.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Actually, no. Now you don't got it because you tried to teabag me.
Oh no, it's a de-digivolve 2.
Okay.
I pop Rivals Barrage 1
Oh, okay. No, you do got it now.
to
If you have the requisite cards in trash.
come on X.
Yep. Okay, you got it.
I pop Rivals Barrage 2. Oh wait, yeah, you're at 2 security, so I need to pop the second one.
Yeah, the reason why I was like, oh, do you got it? Is because you didn't digivolve into the starter deck one.
Beelzemon Blast Ace. So for 1, I'll digivolve into Beelzemon X,
But
trash
you can see,
security.
like, the thing with Beelzemon is you can easily come back. Like, I almost got him, but his ability to come back countered my ability to come back.
And it's all because I had the tamer.
Yeah, that's why I was considering running, like, 1 or 2 of them, but...
So yeah, he trashes your top. No, he trashes both of them.
Yep.
Oh, he just trashes both of them and I just swing.
Yep.
See, I was gonna digivolve the ace over it and then...
Why? What would that have done?
I
What
didn't realize...
done except delete my bomb on X? Legit question.
So I was forgetting that I would trash more than 1 security. So what I was gonna do was I was gonna digivolve X to trash 1 security, and then digivolve into Blast to trash the second while swinging
when
green.
attacking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
why.
Gigi, where are you, baby? Oh, there you are.
You're behind me.
But yeah, with Beelzemon, some people accuse it of, like, being a solitaire deck because it's kind of win or lose by, like, what you mill when. But it's not a solitaire deck because there is strategy to it. It's a when do you build in the back, when do you build in the front. Some of the strategies in deck building with, like, do you run that Eye and Mako because you're scared of blockers on the swing and such like that? Do you run stuff that, like, it's just like something or below can't attack, like with Kongu or something?
Why are you dragging your booty?
Like,
yeah, and I think like that game was a perfect example.
You have to consider niche scenarios for the meta, but you also have to consider what to do when. So while the deck is kind of like, do you hit the sauce to come back, it's also a lot of when do you try to hit the sauce.
I think a lot of the strategy in Beelzemon is just straight up in building.
Is what?
In the deck building.
Yeah, so it's kind of, you have to consider it for the meta, but like when you actually play, it's not just hee hoo turn brain off like a lot of people said it was, especially in the age where you had the EX2 Impmon at 4, but yeah. I got nothing. Like, they definitely pointed out the weaknesses of the Beelzemon deck a little bit when Yuki unchose it as her deck and picked up not Metallic Dramon,
Heavy Metal.
Heavy Metal
This deck
Dramon.
is better than Heavy Metal Dramon. Let's be 100% perfectly clear.
I'm not 100% sure. With the new Ace, definitely like revitalizes the deck a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if just like a sprinkling of more support puts it over, and it's more likely to get support over Beelzemon in the near future, aside from, you know, the obvious Beelzemon maybe being in the
Villain set.
being in the villain set.
Okay, do you want to go first or second?
First. With Beelzemon, you almost always want to go first because it is a go fast deck. Sometimes it bites you in the ass, especially if you're playing risky in your deck building with not having a lot of Digimon. But that is my
no
thing.
Rookie.
Oh yeah, you don't want to not have an Entmon. Wait, hang on.
I mean, I would have been able to draw. I would have gotten the draw, and I did have the Searching Eye in Mako, but like,
yeah, like it's a bit risky, Biznu. A 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this.
Stacy.
Also, if you want to be weirdly funny, I didn't think of doing this, but you could run New Wizard X that's kind of meant for Dynus, and use it to put Deathslinger in your security.
mm-hmm.
But again, just a thought. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I hatch. That's my one of Pagumon. With the on deletion trash 2 cards that I mentioned earlier. I run 5 eggs because sometimes you just want to stay in the back and you've got your deck centered around your Entmon, so figure why not. I will evolve into an Entmon, obviously. And then I'll pass you 2 by Digivolving into Wizard.
No, her here.
Yeah, I hear her.
Alright, I will draw.
Are you talking about Daisy or Gigi?
Daisy.
Yeah, I hear Daisy.
I will hatch Yaman and I'll Digivolve Mon. And then I will pass you 1 and play I in Mako.
Mm-hmm.
Beelzemon X, Ballmon, Wizard X, Ballmon.
So one thing I always try to remind myself when I'm playing Digimon in general, when your opponent reveals cards, it's important to note which ones they take and which ones they don't. Because if they don't take their boss monster, it either means they don't have a certain piece in hand that they need to continue, like a level 4, or they already have the boss monster in hand.
Yeah, I'll take Beelzemon.
So that says a lot, and now you have the knowledge that he has the Beelzemon. Which one was it?
X anybody.
Okay. Yeah, that's an important one. To know he has in hand.
And it's an important one to make sure you have.
Yeah. I got the turn. I'm gonna... Contemplate life. Yeah, I'm gonna do a funny. I'm gonna move out my wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to Cece for giving me this nice judge wizard. And I'm gonna digivolve into Wizardmon X antibody for free.
Mm-hmm.
Draw.
And you're not gonna mill.
Yeah, when digivolving, he's gonna get blocker. I did this, because again, I normally wouldn't reveal this to my opponent, obviously, but we're playing kind of just to show you guys, important stuff about the Beelzemon deck. That he has an Entmon, and I'm gonna try to pass him the least amount of memory as possible. So the idea is that I force him to block. If he swings, I block, so he kind of can't swing unless he gets over whatever I'm going to end up on.
Yeah.
So sometimes you do want the blocker, sometimes you do want the blocker in the draw, and sometimes you do just...
Oh, no, you do get the mill. I'm stupid. Or no, or don't you? No, you don't.
What? No, you don't get the mill. It's just like the Balmon X. It's one if you have X antibody, get the other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a May, so it's not... But I will digivolve into Balmon for that 3, so I'll put you to 2.
Mhm.
Ballmon's effect. 1, 2, 3, which puts you to 1. And Beelzemon, of course, says play an Impmon. Doesn't include Impmon X, so I don't get to play anybody back. Rip.
Yeah.
So
I go.
I'll tick this up to 3.
All right, so I'm at 2, right?
No, you're at 1.
Hold up.
I milled a Death
Oh,
Slinger.
Oh, okay. I will draw. I will.
I guess another nice thing about the new Impmon is with the Wizard Eggs, you could potentially make yourself a retaliation blocker.
I need to think about how I want to do this.
Yeah. Although I don't have the Iron Mako like Alex does, I did actually have a starting hand with a decent way up to go. Like, I will likely have the Tall Boy stack, which kind of is nice to start out with, especially in the early game.
I will. They devolve into Impmon X in the back for 0, and I'll draw. And then I'll put you to 2, and I'll actually play Bonds of Truth. I'm Mako and Death Slinger, so I'll put you to 1.
Okay. I draw. I hatch. Don't have level 3 right now. I will... That was the right play, because I'm gonna Digivolve Ballmon to Ballmon X for free for that sweet, sweet draw. I'll Digivolve Yamon into Impmon in the back for that sweet, sweet draw. Yeah, let's do it. I'll Digivolve... Wait, double check my hand first. Yeah. I'll Digivolve Ballmon X into Beelzemon. Cost of 4 to put you to 3. Beelzemon's on Digivolve effect. I trash 4, but I won't get any memory back because that'll be 7. That'll be 7 at most instead of 10. But hopefully almost something nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I milled something nice, but not something spectacular. So 1 wizard puts you to 2 instead.
Okay, that wasn't ideal. Yes. I'm not in the best position. I will draw. I will Digivolve into Impex into Wizard in the back. And then I'll push you to 3 again, and I will play the other Iron.
Yeah, but you could see there's a lot of legitimate ways to build, and they all have strengths and weaknesses, and it's something you gotta keep in mind. I draw. I'll move out this Impmon. Pop. I will... Yeah. I'll swing with Beelzemon. I'll use... Also, an important thing about Beelzemon, make sure you pay attention to the order you use your effects in. So I'm going to use Wizard first. And I'm going to put Rival's Barrage on the top of my deck. And then I'm going to use Wizardmon X's effect to mill top 2. Comes into play. Sometimes you might not want to do this to hit magic numbers. Like, I'm currently not at 10 yet. But I kind of just want the Rival's Barrage to have pieces later on. Because it's early game. I did Wizard X's. I did Wizard. I don't delete anything. And I don't have, so...
Okay.
That's That's 2 checks at 16 or 12. Yeah, 16.
Hitmon and Barrage, I delete him.
Yeah, you do. Or no, is Barrage least or highest or lowest? I can't remember. It's been a bit.
Highest.
Highest. Okay, so I delete my stack. But also he was deleted, so Pagumon trashes me another 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Hitmon, a Deathslinger.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2. I'll start with that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, it's okay if you die.
Since you had the Pagumon, yes.
Well, no, because I get all of the cards from my stack in the trash too.
That's true.
Okay, so now I'm at 17 and I have an Impmon, but I don't think I have a level 4, so I'm gonna have to do a funky
And you have
thing.
4 memory. Meanwhile, I have 4 cards in my trash.
I kind of can't quite do anything until next turn.
Gigi, leave it. Good, leave it. Go get a toy. Gigi, Gigi.
So I'll threaten being annoying and play an Impmon for 3. And then I'll pass turn.
Can you leave it?
So I go to 3.
Why are you going for everything that isn't a toy? Drop it. Gigi.
Start of turn. I'm not going to use Bonds of True Love. I will promote Wizard, and then
Is
since you have a
Bonds of True
Digimon...
Love triggered at start of turn, or is it triggered off when you
Start of turn, if I don't have a Digimon, I delay.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do that. Iron Mako does put me to 4, since you have Digimon.
Gigi.
I have 2 toys.
I will Digivolve Wizardmon into the BT10 Ballmon for 3. Yeah, we fell. I will draw, and then I will suspend Imako to
Is it?
place 1 card on top of my deck and gain memory.
Bless you.
Yeah, the
And he
reason
just...
why you don't want to like show your opponent is in the off case you don't immediately mill, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, or it's like you just want it so you don't deck out.
Yeah.
But with Wizard, you have to reveal Iron Mako, you don't.
Yeah. I currently only have 4 cards in my trash. But not for long.
Not for long, hee hee hoo hoo.
I am going to swing security with Balmon.
Again, like,
Yamon's
this
one
is a
pack.
case for be
The
funny.
BT10.
Well, the BT10 one, but be funny and play whatchamacallit, the 1-cost option from BT5, Demonic Disaster. Delete one of your own Impmon, unsuspend, get that effect twice in mill 6.
Yeah. Similar to that, actually, when I first built this deck in EX2, my level 5 was
Chimera.
the War Groundmon BT5.
Yeah, the War Groundmon. I played War Groundmon for a while too. One check?
1 check, but I have some milling to do.
Okay.
Yaman, I trash the top 2. On an Impmon. Impmon X, I trash the top 2, so another Impmon. And another Impmon, that's actually not good. And then Balmon, I trash 3 more. Deathslinger, gain a memory. Wizardmon, gain a memory.
Sometimes you just do hit the sauce.
And 7 full cluster. I am strictly a 7K boy.
Okay, strictly 7K boy. You live at 6K.
Did he actually just destroy the toy?
Yeah, completely.
That was her toy, Dexter.
Dexter.
See?
Dexter, that was not yours to break.
Put Baby Man in the Baby Man corner.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
We'll have to get
7,
you another
8,
one.
9, 10. Now I have 11, which means I can start doing some funny things.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So now his on deletion is active, and that's another thing for BT10. The reason I don't use BT10 is because I use Bow-X and
I
no
want
slots for the
I like
extra
the inherit.
draw. The extra draw, the extra removal, and the inherit. It's mostly the inherit. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
Yeah.
When you're swinging into security, you kind of don't want to die if you want to finish game. Early game, it's fine. Late game, it's not fine.
I don't actually know what to do with all this memory. I'm gonna be very real.
Just waste it. I'll pass it. Don't worry about it, Chief. Don't worry about it, cousin.
For 4, play BC19 Hitmon.
The rare instance where you could just hard play him and not pass turn.
And then I'll put you to 2 and I'll
no
digivolve.
tamers from your trash?
I have.
Oh, you have the 2. You have the 2.
I have 2. So I'll just digivolve into Wizard X for 2.
Mill 2.
And then I will trash the top 2.
As your opponent, we take those.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Balmon's right there.
Yeah, Balmon does have the thing, but it's more we take those as in I have 2 memory for the turn so I can actually
Do some stuff.
do a thing. Yes, I can actually accomplish something. I'm gonna draw for turn. Hatch. Digivolve into this Impmon in the back. Contemplate life, the universe, and all the mysteries. I will.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, I'm gonna do a weird. Here we go. I'm gonna Rivals Barrage, and I'm gonna get Wizard X.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of why I was like, I can't do anything this turn. I will Digivolve the Impmon into this Wizard X to mill 2. Oh, hell yeah, I get to play an Impmon. This is why I have them in separate piles, because I gotta be like, what Impmon do I got? And now I gotta be like, do I have a Tamer in trash? I do. I'll play, I'll play Impmon, this one. The new one.
The new one. Are you gonna play Tamer?
If I have one or few Tamers, I could play a purple Tamer from my trash. I had Mako. I have Mako's effect. I reveal top 4 cards in my deck. Get an evil wizard or a demon lord.
Oh dear, I don't like your board right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. You shouldn't. I will. Look at my shit in hand and contemplate life, the universe, and everything. I'll take the Beelzemon X.
Okay.
Put the rest to the bottom of my deck in any order. Hey, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
How many cards do I have in my trash?
You have 20 now?
I have 20. I'm gonna double check because of that count. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wait, what? Oh, I pulled the Ayamako from trash. And the imp. Shit. Shit.
So you're at 19?
No, I'm at 18, I think.
Oh.
Oof, yeah. Fuck. That sucks. That sucks. I was gonna pop the fuck off.
That's all.
Rip.
Oh, so you're 0. Okay.
Well, I'll do what I can and make it hard for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make sure I have that 20 by digivolving the Wizard X into a Balmon.
What do you need, however many?
I'm not done. Iron Mako
Mm-hmm.
to put a card on top to gain me a memory, and then Balmon Mills 3. Oh, yes!
What'd you get? What'd you hit?
I hit the Deathslinger I put in there, but also another one.
So okay, yeah, so you're
18, so 19, 20, and then 21. Well, unfortunately, I hit the sauce, bro.
Yeah, but unfortunately you're also at 0, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna put a hurtin' on you. I'm going to... Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna swing Balmon. 7k. Trash 2 off of Wizard X. Sweet.
That's it?
Nope. Trash 2 off of Yalamon. Sick. Itmon. And then where is he? Or do I have another? Do I have another Ayamako in trash? That'd be fucking sick. I don't. So. Wait, what is this? What is this in my hand? Oh, other milled cart. Yeah, things like this stack died. Yeah, so that's all. Brain. This is my other trash. So then I play another warping Itmon. Death from above.
Yeah, I basically, if you don't kill me this turn, I have 1 turn to pop the fuck off and win.
Correct. Tis the style for Beelzemon. So now 7k check.
11.
Okay, I die. I obviously have more than 20. So
yeah, so you can play
I
Beelzemon.
Beelzemon from my trash. Let's fucking go. Also, I put 4 cards in trash, so that'll be a net 3. Oh, interesting. I have all 4 of my EX2 Beelzemon in trash and no other Beelzemon. Awkward.
That is very awkward.
Let me double check before I do anything stupid. Oh, nope, I'm not. Okay, good. I have this one over here, but I actually will play this Beelzemon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's there, big chilling.
Okay.
These boys go back. Where the fuck did my hand go? Over here. Okay, so he's there. Have fun with him.
That's the EX2 one, right?
That's the X2 one. Yeah, that's the alt art.
Yeah, just making sure.
And I played most of these boys last turn. Not this one. Swing.
Yeah, so
I
you
have
can-
25. I'm going to Digivolve into that Beelzemon, the starter deck one I found when I was looking for shit.
For 3?
For ignoring its for cost of 3, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. Yep, 3.
And then you have to mill.
Then I mill V4. I'm running low on my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Is that... How many mills do you mill off Hitmon?
You may trash up to 3, so I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. Because you only have 3 cards otherwise?
Yeah?
Yeah, so then I would just pass.
Well, hang on. I'm not done yet. I get
Yeah, you still have to swing and check me and take out my 2 security.
correct.
Check 1 is Hitmon
Oh,
X.
and I gain memory, so I have actually I'll mill 1 off the Itmon. Cool. So I'm at 30, so I gain back 3, continuing my turn.
You still have to pass to me.
No, I don't. Not immediately.
So it's Imp and Impmon. Imp X and Impmon.
And then I played this one last turn, so I swing for game.
Oh, you did play that one last turn?
Yeah. Because I had the
Oh.
Ayamako to suspend, I think. Yeah, I did. Did I?
I don't think you did.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay, I won't do that then, because then I don't think I did. So...
Hang on. I need to replace my stack. Hold up.
I need to brain.
I mean, I don't think I can come back, but let's I don't know. I don't remember. There was a big turn.
Big turn.
I feel like you played all 3 of those, right? Am I crazy? How many?
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to remember when I played this boy, you're right. No, it was last turn, because I passed turn by digivolving into Ballmon, remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so swing it for game.
Okay.
Yeah, I passed turn on Ballmon, I remember now. And the Ballmon mill is what got him out.
I
Hell
don't know. I don't know how that turn would have gone.
Hell yeah. I just wanted to doubly make sure. 2 wizards.
It depended how much memory you would have given.
If I didn't have that swing, I would have digivolved this Beelzemon into Beelzemon X and given you 1.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. The problem was just I just didn't get stuff in my trash fast enough, and also just the very efficient memory choking.
Yeah, another like cinch point for a Beelzemon deck is do you throw that shit back?
Yeah, I was forgetting that, like, oh, I just swinging and dying, I can just that'll still fill up my trash.
Hang on a second. Hello, my love. What? Oh no. Did it break? Down the stairs. The factory store? Why can't you just go to the Verizon next to the B2's Tika, and then we get B2's Tika, have a good dinner, and then you drive your mom home? Oh, there's other stuff down by the mall. I'm trying to think of what else is down by the mall. Two shitty chains. Oh, okay. So go to Clark Summit. Bring back some good fruit from there. I know there's a Moe's, but I'm trying to remember what the frick else is there. There's the flower shop that has the meh tea, but I only think they're open in the morning. There's the place that has popcorn as an appetizer. There's a Moe's. There's that steak place that we thought was just very full of itself, and we didn't even have good Alfredo because it wasn't Alfredo. They used a different kind of cheese. Meh. Yeah, it was very, very mid. Yeah. So, okay, well, we'll do that. Pick up food in Clark Summit. I hope you get there in time. Though, I was about to say, I think they close at like 8 on not Sundays.
I went my nets. Well, did you see us? What should be pricey?
Yeah, just get something from there or something on the ride. The 3 of us will have dinner. It'll be nice. Or you could just grab the food, drag your mom back, come here. But that's all up to you. But it is your turn to pay for dinner, so that worked out. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god. The lemon beer is just weird.
Okie dokamally. I'll see you soon. I love you.
Wait, this is way too
Boy.
boring.
Okay, ready for game 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to
I will.
censor that because it was saying like place information, but I wasn't sure if you could hear Jack on the phone.
Oh, I couldn't hear Jack.
On the recording. Oh, so
We-
you couldn't hear Jack? Okay, then it's probably fine. I'll double check though. Yeah, unlike some internet people, we like to keep our privacy.
To a degree.
To a degree. That's very true.
I feel like we've shouted out or mentioned where we've gone for places for locals.
Maybe. I'll have to like go through, make compilations or shorts sometime. My security was kind of popping though.
Mine was a mess. Okay,
You
I
wanna
will go
first
first.
or second?
I'm-
First, yeah.
No, I'm going first.
Yeah, sometimes if you run like a risky business build, you might want to go second and start building up in the back.
I'm keeping this hand. This is a good starting
We're
hand.
both kind of playing that. But you can see like the differences between like things I have that he doesn't and things that he has that I doesn't, and differences in numbers can really make a difference, and it definitely is up to personal preference. I don't want to say there's a wrong way to play Beelzemon because there is. But
The only card I haven't really liked so far today, I think, is Bonds of True Love.
yeah, Bonds of True Love, like, it sounds really good on paper, but from what I've gotten across, it's
It's incredibly situational is the problem.
yeah, it's just like, okay, you play it, you mill. You can't mill it. It goes into play if you mill it, and it plays an Impmon.
I cut it to 1.
Yeah, cutting it, like, it might be a good idea as a 1. Like, I don't think it replaces Mist if you're relying on, okay, I'm gonna mill, and then work from there.
Mist, I might prefer, actually, I would probably prefer Mist.
And there's Mist, and then your other option for similar stuff is Scramble.
And I would probably either want Mist or...
Because the thing with Scramble is, like, yeah, you want the mill, but sometimes you just want to get into your Beelzemon cheap. Because a lot of times...
Yeah, which is why I would want, like Wisdom.
Like, the starter deck Impmon always costs 3, so you could Scramble and get that Digivolution for free. You can, the EX2 one is 3, the rest of them are 4, so that's a 1 cost. Trying to think of what else I want to say on that note. Nope, that's about all I wanted to say on that note. Nope, I'm good, Chief. Yeah, I might have to grab a snack if Jack runs late for dinner, because I don't know what they're gonna have to do with that. Jack's, if you didn't hear it, Jack's mom dropped her phone.
Oh,
Down
Jesus.
the
I thought
stairs.
Jack dropped his.
No. Although, like on the discussion of phones, here's your unwarranted, like, phone advice. Like, Pixels are real neat. They're, like, really stripped down, like, Android. They get the updates the fastest, this, that, and the other. But, like, Jack has gotten his last 2 phones as Pixels from an Amazon Prime sale. Not refurbished, new, and he has had some issues with it, I think. At one point, he couldn't get a charger in because something got stuck in there. I'm not sure if it was there when he got it, or if it just attracted it, or what have you. Or just, I think his one before this one, like, or maybe 2 before this one, the Pixel, like, it stopped, like, getting calls. Occasionally, when he has it on Android Auto, it'll just stop playing or start skipping.
That's bad.
So, I wouldn't 100% recommend a Pixel phone on that, although I have been tempted on it personally. I think his mom might also have a Pixel, and they're just gonna go
with my
see
Galaxies.
warranty, replace it, or have the guy check it out. I don't know. Probably depends on how completely borked her phone is.
I just stick with the Galaxy. I think you and I have the same phone.
Galaxy S22 or 23 Ultra is what I have.
Yeah, that's what I have.
This thing. Like,
yeah, we have
honestly, like, I don't use it a lot, but I like the stylus.
I exclusively only use it for Jackbox.
Yeah, I use it for Jackbox, that's fun, but sometimes, like, when I have gloves on in the winter, it's nice. But,
oh, I never thought of doing that. That's actually really smart.
Sometimes it's nice for writing notes or doodling, like, I did a mock-up of something I was designing, and I used that to fill it in real quick, but my favorite underrated use for it is the button right here. And use it to take pictures from farther away. I have Jack, because he's real tall, hold the phone, and then I press the
button. That's handy.
Yeah. So it has a bunch of features, but it's mostly just I got it because of battery life. Battery life, and Samsung tends to be supported with, like, cases and such.
Yeah. Great, grab your hands.
End of phone talk. Oh, also, it's really easy to transfer all your stuff.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored by Samsung or anything, so sorry. And I don't like Apple phones, so don't at me.
No.
Like, it's really simple. Like, the kernels of them are really similar, but the thing that I don't like about iOS and their phones, well, I don't like their ecosystem, but I also, and especially, like, their music app, where it's like, okay, I have all my music downloaded on my phone, okay, Apple Music, and I'm just gonna make those all online, so if you're at a place with no service, you can't listen to your own music that you downloaded onto your phone because they converted it because eat dirt. But, there's no back button.
There isn't?
Absolutely insane. There's no back button on an iPhone. They're all in the app. Drives me absolutely insane. Okay, I'm gonna draw now.
Girl,
you know what? This hand is kind of unironically the sauce. Like, I can very definitely fuck this up, but I want to try it because it has all of the pieces that I like in this deck. But Beelzemon is one of my favorite decks because it has a lot of good comeback mechanics with the warping. I like the hee-hee-hoo-hoo funny effects off of the mill. I like decks that strip a small amount of security because then you avoid annoying security effects and dying. Beelzemon Blastmon's my favorite Digimon. I kind of like X antibody mechanics. I think they're neat. And I really think I put a card back on top is really, really neat. And I am still struggling through building a wizard deck where you use Ian Mako and promo Wizardmon to stack your security. I'll get there eventually. But you ready?
Yeah. You're keeping?
Yeah. Not quite what I want to see as my starting hand, but I wanted to try it. But again,
Mine's
starting
good.
hand's important.
I'm going for I'm going first,
Oh,
Vicky.
you're going first. You're going first. Oh, okay, that makes it a little better.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
shuffle
I
these,
will
so-
hatch Yamon. I'll Digivolve into Starter Deck Impmon. And I will play the Starter Deck Mako.
Yeah,
One,
Iron Mako in your starting
two,
hand is pretty ideal.
3. Yikes. Yikes.
Okay, I'll give you advice, like, again, because of the type of video this is. Like, the things you should take is, either Blast Mode Ace, because it's in there, and since you don't have a level 4, like, you could possibly do the Impmon just try to accelerate for more mill. And then
Or
hopefully
you
get a
take
Rivals Brush.
Beelzemon because you need if you don't have any.
If you don't have any, yeah. I just hope I mill him and put him in the trash and get him that way sometimes, but yeah. Like,
The answer
those are
is I
all
don't
things to consider. So what are you putting in your hand?
I
Beelzemon?
took Beelzemon.
Okay. Okay. So you put 3? You're putting me to 3 with the Eye and Mako?
Yes.
Okay. Draw for turn. Oh, okay, we take those. I hatch the one of Pagu, because of course I do. Not the Impmon I want to see in the back, but it's nice to get into circulation early. The one of boy. I will Digivolve the one of boy. Because 3k DP, honestly, the Inheritable is really nice, and that's part of the reason why I'm sad that it got hit. Because it's your like, it's too much on one card, obviously, but it's your
genuinely
searcher
forgot
and it's
that was inherit.
3k is just very nice.
It's so good.
Wizard for 2. And then I'll pass you by playing my own Iron Mako.
But me to 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit, that's not what I want to see.
Well, Deathslinger, you gain a memory. Oh no, Deathslinger.
No,
No, we're not milling.
it's on
I'm
a
stupid.
search. Yeah. Oh, bless you, bro. You stupid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say...
Hold it.
Hold that L. I'm gonna take Beelzemon X, the nice alt art one that I happened to pull. Yeah, this one's from the binder, and then yeah, obviously this order.
Yeah.
Also, order matters because sometimes you mill and just go through your deck, and you actually come back to the card you milled on the bottom.
It happened to me in game 1.
Yeah.
All right, let's draw. Yeah. Okay, we got there a little bit. I'll promote my Impmon. I will Wizardmon for 2 and draw. Then I will Digivolve into Balmon. I will draw. Iron Mako. I will place a card in my deck, and then I'll trash the top 3 off Balmon. Deathslinger. Go to 1. Balmon and Balmon.
That's definitely... I will say this, Balmon is one thing you definitely don't want to see in your trash if you don't have a Rivals Brush to get it back.
Yeah, that sucked.
My go at 2.
You go at 1. You go at 1.
My go at 1. Jeez, I might just have to pass back. My hand's kinda garbo right now.
Take care. You know you're not.
I'm really gonna do this.
You might.
Yeah, Rivals Brush.
Okay. So how much did you just put me to? Did you put me to 6?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they just all die.
You die and you don't have the 10 in trash. So I
No, I have 7, but I also don't have Beelzemon in trash.
Yeah, I just really wanted to kill your momentum. I'm gonna be real.
That's fair. All right, I will
I
draw.
don't have any momentum, so you can't either.
I will hatch. I will for 3. Bonds of True Love. Good to see that gone. And then what?
Yeah, the thing I'm okay with spending that 7 memory is because I was like looking at like stuff you had, and I'm just like, he doesn't have a lot he could do with this memory right now.
I actually have some more things I can do.
Yeah, you do. You definitely do. Like I know
I'm just thinking on what the I only played Bonds just for
getting 10 in trash.
actually I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Show me the money.
I am Mako. I'm Mako.
Oh, so you start your turn. Okay, I see.
I will guarantee start with 3 memory if you have a Digimon.
Oh my god, I just speaking of Digimon, I don't have any. I don't have any. We'll play an Impmon. I could trash a card in my hand to get a Demon Lord back, but there's no Demon Lords. There's nothing. There's suffering. Yeah. I risked it with the starting hand, and did not pay off for me.
Hey, I risked it too, and it's not really paying off either.
Well, we'll see. You get the 2 memory off your eyes and Makos because I played a Digimon because I kind of couldn't play anything else.
So you're using 3 and then I go to 5.
Yeah.
Well, order of operations.
Yeah.
Start of turn.
Play the Impmon.
Start of turn. I'm playing an Impmon. Then I draw. Son of a bitch. Then I go to 5.
Son of a bitch. That's the reaction that you want to say when you
Lost of 2, I'll Digivolve into Wizardmon.
Yeah, that's
You
another
gotta
advantage of the Eye and Mako there is like, hey, memory.
You've gotta be shitting me.
You're kind of in the same place I am.
You don't even know.
I might.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is so bad.
What, are you gonna beat T10 Ballmon and because you played the body you can't swing?
Nope. It's worse than that.
It's worse than that?
It's worse than that. I'm so considering doing this.
Are you just gonna hard
But
swing
that would
the
be
Beelzemon?
I'm not going to because that would be a really bad idea.
Oh, so you're just gonna waste 6 mem. Cool. We take those.
It's better than putting you to 9.
Yeah? I don't blame you at all. I will, I and Mako. Because I top decked that and I needed it badly.
I see the cards I need.
Take the Ballmon because I'm not stupid.
I sure could use.
I don't like seeing the Beelzemon go down, but like I kind of have to start moving.
Half my level 5s are in my trash.
Yeah, I feel you, Chief. Am I gonna do this? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna swing the Impmon first.
Yeah, just to make sure that I don't get memory.
Yeah. And
Son
just
of
to
a
get the chip.
Son of a bitch. That's so bad.
2 cards in trash.
I have 10 cards in trash now, but now I only have 2 5s left in my deck.
Cool.
So you just killed the stack?
Yep.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.
I draw. This shit's like just comedy at this point. Like, this is actually just comedy at this point.
I will say this as another underrated Beelzemon tip. When I was in that one tournament that I placed highly in, it was Beelzemon City, because I think it was right when they announced that they were
It's
going
the
to
last
limit
time you could play
Hitmon.
him in a big event
Yeah, it was the
before
last
the
time you
hit.
could play him in a big event, and he was really popular to begin with. So I played a ton of Beelzemon mirrors, and you would be absolutely shooketh by the amount of times it came down to I hard play my option to get rid of your stack and kill your momentum. I hard play the option to kill your stack and kill your momentum. Sometimes that shit's just very, very important.
Have 8.
Oh my god. If you insist, sir.
It was either have 8 or just pass.
Yeah. I will now commence the movement.
So I think I just handed you game from that.
I don't know if you handed me game, but something's about to happen.
Just don't kill him. I need him to, I can't play the game if he dies.
No, you get no promises. I'll play Wisdom Training for 2. Yeah, I want a backup plan. Extra draw would be nice, but we ain't doing that, Chief. Into Beelzemon for 3. I'm gonna suspend both of my Eye and Makos to place 2 cards on the top and gain 2 memory. Okay. And now I... How many cards do I got in trash? Still 3? Okay. Not ideal, but not the worst. I will... My stack ain't great. I'm gonna be real. I have no mill. But I'm... speaking of mill, I do get the mill. Arrival's Barrage that comes into play. A Deathslinger that gives me another memory.
No.
And the third one is a Beelzemon, which lets me play an Hitmon, baby. Let's go. I trash. I'm not gonna activate its effect. I have no reason to. But now I will digivolve my Balmon into a Beelzemon for 3. Beelzemon's when digivolving effect. I may trash the top 2 cards in my deck, which I will. Also, another nice thing about this Beelzemon, it's one of the mays. You may mill 2. A lot of the other ones are just, you mill 4. You will deck yourself out. Wizard and Wizard X. God said, okay, Vicky, have another memory.
Good lord.
I'm going to end your hopes and dreams.
No.
Yeah, I kind of have to. What I'm going to do is you should hope I die, I guess, is how I'll put it.
Fair.
I'm gonna swing the Beelzemon and mill another 2.
How big are you?
Oh, Oh, that's a good question, actually. I am plus 5k. I'm 16k. I'm gonna do Wizardmons when attacking Wizardmons when attacking, then I'm gonna do Beelzemons. Or no, did I do Beelzemons already? Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any other mill. I brain farted. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a card on top, and then I'm gonna mill too. So I wanted 7 full clusters
Yeah.
of trash for you know why.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. But
Now you swing.
now I swing.
And it's just an imp.
Everybody knows what the fuck I'm up to. I have exactly 10 cards in trash, so trash the top card of your security.
It's just a wizard.
And 7th full cluster.
To delete him?
Yep. Ba 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 da ba. Yeah. I'm gonna Digivolve the Impmon in front into Impmon X for free to get me a draw. I may trash an option card in my hand, so I will. To get a Wizard, Evil, or Demon Lord from my trash to my hand. I'm gonna take that nice wizard. That nice wizard. And I'm gonna Digivolve it into for 2. Okay. And I will now get funky with it.
Just kill me. I can't do anything.
No, I can't kill you. I can't kill you. Because I played this Impmon this turn. Right?
Yeah, you did, but I still have 2 security.
That won't save you.
It'll save me from you doing anything this turn.
So I'll go to 0, mill 3 off ball. And then I will pass my Cosmic Fuckton of Memory, give you 3 by Digivolving into another Beelzemon.
Dear Lord.
Beelzemon's on Digivolving effect. 2. Your go at 3.
Draw, start of main. I go to 5.
Yep, this is gonna be interesting.
I can't do anything. Like, I genuinely can't do anything.
Macarena. Sometimes you just use your surplus of options to say your opponent can't play the game.
7. Have 7 this time.
Sweet. Oh, it's unsuspend, hatch, draw.
Yes.
Always important to remember the rules.
I thought it was unsuspend, draw, hash.
No, I think it's hatch draw. I'm not 100% sure. Okay.
No, it's draw.
It's draw hatch. Okay. Imp.
Yeah, because hatching is the same, because the breed is part of the breeding phase. You don't push up.
Yeah. I was overthinking. This Beelzemon stack is kind of just I am a big dude. I am a very big dude. So I'm kind of just thinking, okay, what do I have in trash? What do I have? What shit do I have to work with? Okay, not a ton. Not a ton. I'm in a commanding place, though, which is something. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have the blast mode in hand because I think you took it off a search, if I remember correctly. So I have to be very careful when I swing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I swing, you ace, I lose this stack over this stack, definitely. I'm gonna wisdom training first. I'm gonna put it upside down so I remember which one I can't use. Yeah, I'm gonna swing Big McLarge at your security, and I only have one unattacking effect. So I'm gonna place a card on top off wizard.
Okay. 7. Okay, so I only had one level 5 left in my...
Wait, fuck, you don't have it?
No, I took him off of the search.
Oh shit, that was last game.
Yeah.
Well, you play cautious to play cautious.
Yeah. I'm sure wishing I had taken the blast.
It is what it is, my guy. Beelzemon swing, mill top 2. This comes into play. And then I mill this, which plays an Impmon, but I actually don't have one, so that's a ripperoonie on my part.
Yeah, but so Vicky, now we learned that half my level 5s were in my security, and the other half, 2 of them, and then the three that were in my deck, 2 of them got milled.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 15, so that kills level 4s. Yeah, it kills level 4s. But I get reveal mill off of these 2, so I'm gonna do that.
If you don't kill me this turn, I will laugh.
I don't think I can. I'm gonna be real with you. I just don't have the
Are you?
resources.
So I passed you.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm just thinking if I want to put a card on top. I'm not gonna do it. And I'm just gonna mill the 2 off Impex. Ball X. One of these was played this turn. I kind of wish I had something to pop my own stack so I could get this X antibody back. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. And I can't use that because I have 2.
I really, really wish.
I'm gonna spend a Rivals, and I'm gonna get back an Eye and Mako so I could play it.
If I had shipped to security sooner, we might actually be able to do something. If you passed it to me. I'm not even joking.
No, Beelzemon is a true comeback deck. But the reason I picked up this Eye and Mako is so I could dig deeper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I knew this was in here.
Yeah, if I had shipped you at least one security, I could actually come back. If you pass it back to me and you
actually, yeah, I take this because I knew this was in here, and that's actually what I need.
Oh yeah, because do you have 20?
Shit, no I don't. I have 17, so I need to figure out a way to mill 3 cards. But I do take him. Because I kind of need him. Hmm. No, I'm at 4, so it doesn't actually matter. I could just digivolve into him, and then I like the unsuspend is just unsuspend. So I'ma do that.
Oh yeah, so you just win.
Yeah, swing for game.
Okay.
Yeah. What have we learned?
Luck.
Well, yeah, Beelzemon is a lot of luck, but it's a lot of using your deck to rig luck.
Yes.
But it's important to balance which cards mill, which ones have effects off of mill.
Yeah.
And, which just dig you deeper in your deck, which is sometimes what you need.
I needed dig deeper. I needed some more dig deepers, I think.
Yeah, I think.
Which I like.
Yeah,
I think
the next card on my deck was the Blast Mode Ace, which is what I bottom decked. The first thing I bottom decked.
I needed my train. I need trainings.
Yeah, I that's why like I thought about running Bonds of True Love, but it's like sometimes you just need the trainings to dig that teensy bit deeper.
Yeah.
And then sometimes just so you could have a turn where it's like, okay, I Balmon into Beelzemon and get a bunch of mill in one turn.
Yeah, I mean, so far I like having the new Iron Mako.
Yeah, the new Iron Mako, like, it's just like, oh, like, it's the one that warps, any Impmon into Beelzemon for a cost of 4 from the trash. But one thing you have to but it actually is really important that if your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory can also be very important. I think I'm okay with my current build for now, but I will consider adding Iron Mako.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Iron Mako is definitely going to go in my dumb as bricks Zwart Turbo Beelzemon deck, which is the wrong way to build Beelzemon, but it's funny.
The right way to build Omnimon.
It's the right way to build like Omnimon Zwart, because it's an old card. It's incredibly
dumb.
Well, it's incredibly overlooked. Like it's ass. Like I want to be playing Ruin Mode and I want to be playing this.
Good. I had a deck I was considering putting him in. Actually, I don't deck it was. Been heavy metal.
Maybe, but it's just it plays a 7.
Definitely heavy Beelzemon actually.
And then you get the level 6 back in your hand. Like there was a reason that was the mega used in the Mega Digimon Fusion loop.
Yeah.
This loop deck.
On that note, I'm gonna go snuggle my puppy.
Okay, go snuggle your puppy. Have a good one.
You
too. You guys have a good one too. This is Card Games and Chill signing out.